Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing on this Saturday? Hey, Joanne, Lenore, what's going on? Caroline, Meg, welcome to the Twilight Zone. What's up? Hey, Jesse. Hey, Rach. Greetings, everyone from Witchy. What's up, Bo? Roll Tide, Malaka. What's up, Jackie, Teresa, Aziz? What's going on? Christy, hey. Thanks for catching alive. Tara, what's going on? Matt, what's up, buddy? Stuart, how you doing? Good afternoon, Tony. Anthony. Hey, Cold, where have you been? Thanks for coming in. Hey, Michelle. I don't know if Annie's still alive. I tried to schedule it thinking like Annie would be done by then, but and that's why I'm a little late. I tried to push it as long as I could. I didn't know Annie would be live for that long, or schedule it a little later. Hey, Peaches, how you doing? Christy, hello. Don't be hating. What's going on? And again, if you're angry that I'm saying hello to everybody, get over it. I don't want to hear it in the comments. Okay, these are people that I see every day, and I like to interact with and say hello. What's up, UFO? Gemini, Rowena, what's going on? Happy Tappy, Tanel, Justice, Canadian. How are you? Welcome, welcome. All right. Simply the best. I just put in Miss Potts chat that you're live. All right, I appreciate that. I hope she didn't get. I hope she didn't get mad at that, but she wouldn't. Annie's awesome. But yeah, I called Annie right away, right after the person I spoke to left, because Annie's got every time Annie finds out something or I find out something, we kind of call each other and we're like, "Yo, bro!" Like, I love the friendship me and Annie have. It's like, yeah, just every time I've ever tried to have a friendship with a female in my past, it's always had to turn into. But here, it's like we have a friendship that stays what it is, and I really enjoy it. So, anyway, kudos to you, Annie. I'm sure she'll be hopping in here in a little bit. Hopefully, I texted her apologizing. Let me drop the link here before I get into what I'm going to be talking about. Let me go over and pin that real quick. 1 second. All right. So it's pinned to the top. And if you haven't yet, please hit the like button on the way in. Put your touch DNA on that like button for me. Like I said, I promise nobody will spend the night and swab it and build a tree from it. But yeah, so right there's the link. If anybody wants to come up and chat, trust me, I don't bite. Beach Babe, what's going on? It'd be nice to see like some new faces of people that haven't really ever been on a panel before or something. Again, I'd really like to hear everybody's opinions on stuff, and even just to chat. So, Mittens for Kittens, what's going on? All right, so I have a question I'd like your opinion about. What's going on? What's going on, Bo? You're my favorite. Southerner. So anything for you, my man. What's going on, Bo? Hey, Elizabeth. By the way, I started looking at laptops. So I'm hoping within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I should have some kind of setup going on. So I appreciate y'all so much. You have no idea. What's going on, Bo? I'll wait for your question before I get into the new video footage. Blew this case apart. That blood all over the counter blew this case apart. Amazon or Best Buy wish list? What do you mean? I don't know what that is. If anything, I would do something for my daughter. I don't want anything if it has to do with stuff. Meg, you need to join me up here one day and just, say hi. Thank you, Tanel. And I was speaking to Annie about this morning, like asking her, like, okay, so let's say Bryan did this, right? Let's just say just for conversation's sake, Bryan did this. Fine. Who cleaned all the blood up? And that should be the question that even the guilters should be asking themselves, but instead they're gonna try to put some kind of safety net over that. And how old is your little? I have a 15-year-old twins and a 12-year-old. Oh wow, Christy. My daughter's 8. She's 8 going on 18 because, I raised my daughter. So, and I even asked her the other day. I'm like, Leah, have I ever had to hit you? She's like, no. I'm like, but you respect me, right? She's like, of course. And that is, to me, is the most important thing is getting your child to respect you without having to lay a hand on them, because it's very difficult today, especially with technology and everything. But anyway, questions are dangerous, especially when the filters have no logical answer. All right, Bo, did I miss your question, bud? Let me just make sure. Okay, so they found the sheath on the second walkthrough, which was the next day. The bodies were removed at 9 p.m. the night of. How did nobody see the sheath when the bodies were removed? Okay, so they found the sheath on the second walkthrough, which was next day. The bodies were removed at 9 p.m. the next night of. I think they said that the sheath was on the body cam footage, Bo. But the problem is when we see the body cam footage, it's so redacted we can't make out shit, which is a problem. What's up, Elise? All right, is it Elise? My oldest baby's 14, almost never done corporal punishment either, and yes, I am a teacher, so yeah. I never had to I would never say my daughter fears me, right? Like I don't think my daughter fears me, but she respects me. But she knows, like, when I raise my voice or I say something, like, I mean it. Like, I'm not playing it, and it might stem from like her going to her grandmother sometimes and being spoiled, and then kind of knowing who she can play and who she can't play. But my daughter's very respectful for 8 years old, and very well spoken, very polite. So yeah, I love my daughter. Fun teenage girls years. Yeah, I don't want to think about teenage years yet. She's still a baby to me. even though she's like, I don't know, 5 foot something already at 8 years old and almost 100 pounds, and like it's not like she has a gut or anything, but she's just big for her age. It's incredible how big she is. She told me she wants to play basketball this year, so it's awesome. Money talks, DM and BF walk. Yep. Sad. She probably got that from you. You're polite. Well, it's manners is really my thing. Like, please, thank you. If somebody holds the door open for you, thank you. Somebody sneezes, you say bless you. If they say bless you, say thank you. Your welcome's not really necessary. Raising her with good music and just I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what times it, or what music's out there at that point in time. You can raise your child how you need to if you really put, your heart to it. So, hey Mish, welcome. All right. So I don't mean to keep derailing everything. I was just hoping somebody popped up with me by now and said what up, but that's okay. The link's at the top of the chat. All right. So as you guys, as most of you know, my daughter has been in Arizona, so she really hasn't got a chance to go with her other grandparents who are from the Poconos, and you guys know that I know somebody very, 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 very well that works at CVS there in Effort. So, but again, my daughter being in Arizona for a month and a half, I haven't had any communication with this person because, obviously they weren't, they didn't come pick up my daughter because she was in Arizona. Well, today today they came and picked up my daughter, and I was speaking to my daughter's grandfather about, just kind of YouTube and everything like that. And she kind of interrupted the conversation, and she informed me, okay, and again, this is somebody that is literally, this is from the horse that is seeing this. So I have no reason to think that this is made up or anything like that, because nobody gains anything from this. Willie, I will join you if you want. I was giving someone else a chance. No, I'd love for you to come up, Christy. If anybody would like to come up, just, it's lonely up here. I figured somebody would come up, or maybe, what's his name? Because I texted him would be up by now, but he hasn't. I don't know why it's still black up here. Like, I have my background set, but it still has a black background up here. It pisses me off, StreamYard. But yeah, Christy, I'd love for you to join me up here. What's up, Mary? Hey, Christy.
Well, it's
Hello?
Chris. I said, this is Christy.
What's going on? This is Chris.
Oh, hey.
My real name. What's going on?
Hold on. I had to mute you. I had an echo. Sorry.
That's okay. So, what I was saying, you heard what I was saying, right?
Yes. Continue.
Oh, okay. So, my daughter's other grandparents came to pick up my daughter today, and as I was talking to my daughter's grandfather about YouTube, I was interrupted by the person that works at CVS, the one that they bring up in the documents where they were following Bryan. Remember that?
Yes.
Yep. StreamYard was glitching out on me for a few minutes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Andy, they expect us to pay all this money for StreamYard, but then they want to, screw us and do this and that. Let me take this down so you can see your names. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I was just on for 3 hours, and I think I got booted off like 3 times and had to rejoin. Trisha got kicked off. Kane got kicked off. Like, yeah, it was.
If I get kicked off, I'm not rejoining. So, guys.
Yeah.
If I get kicked off, sayonara. I'll see you tomorrow because I'm not doing that shit. Let me get this out though. Then, so basically, she interrupted our conversation and she told me. And again, I probably would have known sooner. It's just, my daughter has been in Arizona, so they haven't had a reason to come over to pick up my daughter. And she stopped the conversation and she said, that Bryan's father, okay, has been coming into the pharmacy every month, and this has happened recently, even after he has pled guilty. And literally everybody in the line and everybody that works behind the counter, he has literally been, doesn't matter who you are, if you're a stranger, he's been telling you that his son is guilty, is innocent of this crime in Idaho. This is coming straight from a horse that is a pharmacist, literally right there, that sees him every month. So Bryan's dad is literally running around basically Effort, Pennsylvania, trying to tell anybody he knows that his son is innocent.
Well,
And to me, that's really important because I thought that his family would be kind of like, he told his family like, "Hey, I did it. I'm gonna take this plea, and like, I'm sorry, yada yada." But instead, his dad is saying the complete opposite. And anybody that hears this live, later on, or all the haters in the comments and stuff like that, if you want to test my sources, I have no problem. You know what I mean? Because so many people said to me that I wasn't, I never knew Bryan. I never went to Pleasant Valley. I never this, I never that. And all the people that doxed me shut their mouths for a reason. Okay. That's why I'm still standing. You understand? Because I have no reason to lie to you guys because I gained nothing from it. This isn't my life. I'm not in jail. I wasn't best friends with Bryan. But one thing I do matter, or one thing that does matter to me, is the truth.
Yeah.
And if I was in jail and, somebody was out here that knew the truth, I would hope they would do what I'm trying to at least do for Bryan until, he has no more things to exhaust. But, it is what it is. It's just
I don't see his dad just going around and saying that for
But the good thing is, this person, they told me that if I draft something up, so I'm going to see him again tomorrow. So when they come here tomorrow, I'm going to give them something to give his dad that's going to basically say, instead of telling 10 people in a pharmacy, your story and what you want people to hear, here's, I'm going to invite him to come up and basically, tell hopefully 10,000 or however many people, however many views this can get, 10,000 or 20,000 people, about what his thoughts are. So,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is why I even have a channel, because that I feel like I have some kind of contribution to this case, or else I wouldn't even, I wouldn't have a channel.
Yep. I stayed in chat for a long time, but you just reach a point where we all want to help. We want to see.
Yeah, that's going to be a question I ask Echo, because I know, like, I'm sure people in the pharmacy and people in line aren't going to be like, well, why'd your son plead guilty? But I will. I'll ask him. I'll say, okay, then, why do you think, Bryan pled guilty then? And at that point, who knows what we'll get? But, we're banning Tara from that live for sure. Tara. Yeah, anybody that's slightly disrespectful, if, I do have his dad on, will be immediately banned forever. Not a timeout for a couple thousand seconds. You're gone.
Yep.
Miss shoot, take it slow. I have been taking it slow. Trust me. If you know me, I've been taking it slow for 3 years now. Okay, I could have went and, trust me. I've never claimed that I'm Bryan's best friend. I've never claimed this, never claimed that. I never tried to rush, getting his sisters on or his parents, and nothing like that. I understand how delicate this is. Yeah. But when I hear that his father is literally pleading to people in a CVS that his son is innocent, that breaks my heart.
Maybe
as a father.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can even get him at first if he won't come on. Maybe even just get to see if he'd write a statement, and then have him watch it and let them see how many people are out here actually supporting them.
Yeah, sorry, I got a little choked up there. K9, sorry I missed your super chat. I hope his parents know he has support, and that's the most important thing that I'm going to put in the letter. Is right now there's 172 people watching. I'm assuming 3/4 of those people think that this case is screwed up and support his family. So one thing I will include in the letter is the support that you guys have shown, not just myself, but, in support of Bryan and his family. So he feels, welcome to come on here. And she literally reiterated to me like 5 times how nice and like just pleasant his dad is.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I said from the start, Willie, that why would his parents be all the way out in Idaho for sentencing if they really thought their son did this?
I'm trying, don't.
I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I wouldn't travel all the way out there, especially if you don't have all the money and that, that's a lot.
Hey, Joey.
That right there said to me.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like I have a really good friend that lives in that community. So if I ever need to go into PCP, I can. It's just I have no reason to go and film his parents' house and do all that weird shit. Like I'd rather do a soft approach and be like, hey, listen, I'm not MSM, chat's going to be highly moderated. If you want to come in and get something off your chest, I'm here. You know what I mean? And that's it. I'm going to extend my hand and let's see what happens. So, and the group wow for the best. Guys, I say it's because they're own. They can't come up with the bangers themselves, in my opinion. You're so funny, Heather. Or do it pre-recorded. I mean, I could, but you know me, UFO. I'm a raw kind of guy. Like I said, if Rich would have came up here and been like, Bryan ate live animals in front of me when we were younger, I'd be like, all right. You know what I mean? I don't the truth is the truth. Like information is information. I don't fucking hide from nothing. If something comes out that Bryan, it shows Bryan did it, I don't hide from it. I'm not like that. But yeah. until then, I have problems. Heartbreaking. Thank you so much, Caroline, for the $5 or $5.
Yeah, $5.
The super chat. Heartbreaking. Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. I mean, it's just when she told me. When she told me, I really didn't get choked up. But talking about it, just imagining his dad in the CVS that I can just picture in my mind, trying to let everybody know that his son's innocent, just kind of breaks me a little bit as a father.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be horrible.
Exactly, be a man. Respect is not given, it's earned.
Yeah.
No, you're not, Shirley. Don't lie. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna write up a little handwritten thing for him and kind of just extend that route. But if he doesn't want to go that route, that's perfectly fine to me. Like if he doesn't want to come up, fine. I have no problem. At least, writing to his dad, or I want to put my phone number in there. So even if I'm texting with his dad, just to show him, or just to reiterate to him how much support his family has, right? Like I think would go a long way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Willie, it's a rock. I'm sorry. I can only see 2 comments at a time, Meg. So I'm sorry if I don't see a comment anybody writes. I hope his parents know he has support. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Yeah, and that's one thing I'm going to put in there. K9 is let them know that all of us, thousands of people are kind of with them and understand what they're going through.
Yeah.
because if he's telling people in a freaking CVS in the middle of nowhere in Effort, Pennsylvania, right? Then I think him hearing that at least a few thousand people care would mean a lot.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
just that little bit in itself is all worth it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. They need to get their side told too. So, and I hope that
I know,
they do.
Joey.
I really hope they do.
Because I mean, even like my daughter's grandfather, right? He, who really knows nothing too much about the case. He was kind of like, all right, but two things can be right at once, right? Like Bryan did it, but he also had people, help him. I'm like, exactly. So even like somebody who knew nothing about the case and like just, heard maybe a 2-minute like spew of what I was saying was like, no way he did it alone.
Yep. Oh yeah. Anybody I show it to says the exact same thing. Okay, well then who else helped them? Because there's just no way.
Even Facebook groups, a lot of people are questioning the bullshit. I hope so. I mean, where's not Jeff? Where's Kaylee what's his name? Shit, I'm drawing a blank. Kaylee's dad?
Steve.
Where's Steve at? Steve was like, all over MSM questioning this and that, and all of a sudden he disappeared. Witchy, thank you so much. Even if his dad wants to just share a written statement. Listen, I mean, anything. I mean, again, I'm going to let him know that, there's going to be nobody that's going to be attacking him or, coming after him afterwards or anything like that. I'm even going to try to do something where I could put some kind of disclaimer where if like you use this for, your content or something like that, like I will shut you down because I don't want nobody talking bad about his dad,
You got a watermark on your stuff?
I don't know what that means, but I'll put whatever. Even if I don't make a dime from any of it, I'll put whatever I have to.
You need to, on your main page, you'll go to customize, and at the bottom it'll be a watermark. Click it, and then you'll be able to pick a picture or something that will be on your screen all the time. So it's a watermark that it's yours. So if somebody takes it, you'll see your watermark.
This breaks my heart. We believe you, Mr. K. Thank you so much. I didn't see that one. K9, sorry. Yeah. It's I mean, it was sad, like, because I sat there and she told me so nonchalant, right? And I just, like, my jaw dropped and I just stared at her and she's like, what? And I'm like, you have no idea, like, what that means, like, how much that means to, like, at least myself, like, it's just normal to her because she's a farmer, they're dealing with hundreds of people a day, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
They work her to the fucking bone. To the bone. And then I showed her the paperwork that showed that, all the FBI agents that were in CVS and shit. And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I said, she's there probably more than any of, any other ones because how long she's been there. But, and I will not give a name or anything like that. So don't even try anybody. Hold on. Willie, if you can interview, definitely watermark. Yeah, I don't really know too much about what that means, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, like I said, just go to your main page to customize and go to the bottom. You'll see watermark, and it walks you right through it. Don't worry, I don't know how to do crap on you.
Hey, Meanie, it's okay if you missed a little bit. Basically, his dad is telling anybody, at least in the CBS where my source is, that his son is innocent as shit, and and this is even after he pled.
Yeah.
Make it members only, Willie. Yeah, I could maybe think about doing that.
Because you can't stop others from using it. Twiz is right. It's called fair use.
That's true.
You can't stop them, but you can like strike them if they don't.
I know. It's just like my problem is like, okay, so I have 100 and I don't know. I forget. I don't really look too much. 110 or 115 members or something like that. So it's 110 or 115 people that hear,
Yeah.
this. I don't want that. I want thousands of people to hear it, and thousands of people to tell thousands of people, and those thousands to tell all the, I want
Yeah.
everybody to hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna, like I said, it'll probably be out there.
Thank you for coming up, by the way. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to stop them from using it.
I know.
I mean, it's going to get out there, and that's what you want.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I don't care at this point. At this point, like, what does Bryan have to lose?
Yeah. That's for sure. At this point.
And once his dad reads like who I am, and like, his wife literally taught me in grade school, like, I don't think he's gonna just ignore me. So
yeah, exactly.
Will he get a hold of Jay Embry? I just posted a message to him. That is the wildest comment I think I've ever read in my life.
Why?
I don't know. Let's go to the next comment.
Yeah.
It was purple.
It was
comment. So yeah. Hey boss. I'm sorry, that just broke me. Ombre needs to contact us, right? Twiz, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? Oh my god. Twiz, hop up here, bud, if you have a fucking mic, dude.
Yeah, Twiz.
I need I just want to go through a couple picks. I want to email you like 2 or 3 picks that I want to bring up that we know now are blood and not fucking candle wax or
and
whatever.
You need to check out. We found today in my live when you
or Krista, if you got time.
Go to the end of the pictures where the car is, and in the car pictures in the back is one mattress, and there is a bike and a dirt bike back there. And that's like an evidence room. It's all evidence bags, and then there's a mattress, there's a pile of sheets. But Too Fast pointed out that there is a motorcycle and a bicycle in the back too.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting, because if it's all evidence from them, then what the hell's the bike and the motorcycle about?
But everything wasn't evidence to them, because remember that trash can we saw a picture of that was never like taken of evidence, but it's literally a whole trash can full of trash.
Yep.
What if there was a knife at the bottom of that?
Yeah.
Like nobody gave a shit.
Nope.
It's absolutely amazing. But anyway, so I'm sorry. It kind of like broke my heart when I heard her tell me that today, that his dad's, I mean, even people in line, Christy, like,
yep.
That's hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a father, or as a mother, I would be doing it. I'd be screaming it from the rooftops too. Yeah.
It's just like, his dad's older. His dad sounds like, kind of like my dad, like, old fashioned type, and probably doesn't have a social media and all that to be able to get his emotions out. So he does it at the pharmacy.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be great if you.
His mom, she told me like she has not seen his mom come in at all. It's been his dad all the time, and she has like conversations with his dad and said like, he's a very, very, very nice guy, like very nice, which is exactly what Rich said. So I have no reason to believe he's this monster that raised a monster or whatever. No. Fuck these people.
No, I
will piss on MSM's narrative that his parents raised a monster or yada yada yada, because that's something I can do.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I can't do much, but that's something I can do.
Yeah, I think that they raised a kid. I think they had a tight ship in their household. Things went the way they wanted. But hey, most families are, keep your kid in line. I think he, obviously had some issues. And I think they had a hard time with him. I do. I think because they know they have to be with him all the time. Because if he's not,
to his.
I think that And I feel bad for them. They sent the kid the whole way across, and they were probably worried about him because, look, he calls them like 4 times a day. So I think my heart breaks for them.
Yeah, we have a background finally. Yeah, exactly. And that's what kind of like, because I was like, just having, I was just kind of bang, 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 telling my daughter's grandfather about this and that, and then she mentioned that, and I just stopped everything. It was like, what?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, she's like, even people in like the line and like all of us back that are, all the pharmacists, that his son's completely innocent. And I'm like, oh my God. Like so she told me, she's like, give me whatever you need and I'll give it to him next time, next time he comes in. So,
Yeah.
if I can just form that line of communication and he trusts me enough to just come up here and just give his opinion on, you know what I mean? I just think that's important because at this point, like I said, at this point, and I'm going to put that in a letter. At this point, what do we have to lose?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Unless he knows there's a step coming that's supposed to be hush hush, he might not be able to right away. But
Yeah. Brian's grandfather was a Korean War vet. Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, K9 or Jules, for the super chat there. So his grandfather was a vet.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Which would explain him buying if he wanted to.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're monetized.
You're
I'm
fine.
not.
No, you're fine.
They don't like me.
Who?
YouTube. They won't monetize me.
Why?
Because of my body cam. Even though I sent them the picture, I had to do a video, and I do a pill, and I showed them my FOIAs. I showed them my emails. I showed them everything, and showed them it was mine. They still say it's reused content, and it's not allowed.
What?
Yeah. So unless I private all the body cam, or I go back and I edit them all, or I just start another channel.
Yeah.
But they denied me.
That's my whole thing, Cold, is, I just want them to know, like, I just want them to feel, even if I can just do that, I just want them to know and feel that they're not alone. Yeah. Right? That, like, at least us here are supporting them.
Yeah.
Which I think is important for them to hear.
I do too.
You know what I mean? If I can do nothing else, like, again, I wouldn't have a channel if I couldn't contribute nothing. Okay. The only reason I have a channel is because, like, I know that, I know the people he went to school with. I know people that, I literally was in classes with people that he dated and shit, like Casey. His mom taught me in 8th grade. So that's the only reason that, like, I even inserted myself into this. You know what I mean? Because the truth matters.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. That's why I was dropping body cams.
Christy.
Hey, I was making sure I was dropping body cams that were unedited because I was so sick of seeing all these edited body cams. So I I got them all and I dropped them, and I'm not allowed to, which I think is stupid.
That's bullshit.
Yep. I have to edit them at some point.
Thanks, Jules. Well, I'm not amazing. I'm just real.
Your heart is though.
I just want, again, if I was in prison and, like, this shit was against me, I would just want somebody out here to do kind of what I'm trying to do. That's all. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
I really agree, because if it was one of us, I would hope that if I thought there was something up with what happened to one of my family members, I would have a group of people like you guys or somebody at least trying to help me find out the truth, because I wouldn't do it. One person wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I agree. That's how I feel.
I also feel like we're a mock jury too, when people are going to be on trial and they can get a feel for what the public thinks. Or at least look through the live chats and listen to the broadcast, like you guys and everybody, people that talk about it, and see what they say and how they feel once things go to trial for other cases.
Yeah.
Free labor sometimes.
Man, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, it kind of triggered something in me when she told me that. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, he's literally telling strangers, just, ugh, that breaks me. people that probably don't even know what the hell he's talking about, in a small town of Effort, Pennsylvania. So if I can give him a platform to give his opinion on that's not MSM, where he doesn't have to fear for retaliation or his life, I feel like I did it, my duty. So let's see what happens. I try my best, guys. That's all I can do.
Answer 42. I was meaning yeah, his dad went to one, but his dad didn't go to the sentencing. It was just his mom and his sister on that one.
I will. I'm definitely gonna let him know about all you guys. I mean, obviously, it's gonna. If I wrote everybody's name specifically, it would take me, days to write out the letter. But I'm just gonna, put, the number of people that are behind them and, understand what they're going through.
Mm-hmm. Mittens, I have all the unredacted up until I don't have this body cam or the 11121. But I have the FOIA in for them, but I just haven't got them yet. But yeah, all mine were unredacted. I did nothing. That's how I received them. I just downloaded them and put them out there. But guess you're not allowed to do that with YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And then hopefully his sisters, might come up. I mean, hopefully if I can get his dad to come up and, then maybe that could lead to his sisters because Rich Pasco, the one that was friends with Bryan that I had up, he's really good friends with Bryan's sisters, and he even mentioned in the interview that Bryan and his sisters had a great relationship. So this whole thing about they were estranged and yada 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 is bullshit. Bullshit. Sorry, so just had to say that.
You're fine.
I just hate people that lie because they lie without knowing the facts, and they just this, and they're just okay, let me just come up with this. Fuck that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I need to hear from the horse.
Thank you, Rach.
I missed the part. So you're on
Dago's happy. Yeah, leave Dago alone. Dago was 18 hours yesterday or some shit. Fuck that.
That was
yeah. Yeah. I done 3 and 4 hours. That's long enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, back in my days, I did a 24-hour stream, but I was younger and
yeah.
I can't do it anymore. Fuck that.
I can
I can talk. Krista, can I email you a couple pics we can bring up? Just kind of look over a few of the pics.
Yes. All
right, 1 second here.
Yeah, let me get my email.
But yeah, so and then also even if they need a GoFundMe or I don't know how they're doing. I don't know if they had to put all their money into this and that yada yada. But I mean, I'll let them know too. Listen, if you need a GoFundMe for you guys, to get this and that. I mean, I have no problem helping them with that as well. If Dylan can get it to $115,000 for not helping her roommate survive, then
exactly. I was
I mean seriously, that's what she's getting money for. Now that we've seen these interviews and seen all the cleanup they did, come on.
Yep. Oh, I agree. After like you said, after this body cam come out, man, it showed us a lot. I question, and then like you said, come on, if she can raise that, yeah, we could definitely. But last I heard, somebody said or what contacted, I don't know, but Bryan's family didn't want no GoFundMe or anything like that at the time, but it would definitely be something to offer to them again.
Well, that was at the time. Once I speak, once I can get the communication with his dad, I'm gonna let him know. Listen, people want to, and it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? People are not okay with how this is going down. That's what he needs to understand is how much support they have, because I don't think they know at all. At all.
Did you send them?
Nope. 1 second. I'm still talking here, so I gotta go back over.
I'm sorry. I was checking. I agree. I don't know. I mean, you said you're writing them a letter. I think I missed that part when I was walking into the house. I think he said that.
Yeah, he's going to write a letter to give to the pharmacist that's going to give to Brian's dad when he comes in next time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then hopefully he'll talk to him.
All right. Great live today, Christy.
Oh, thank you. That was a long one for me.
Well, I could talk for a long time, so I can understand.
I could have kept going, but I kept looking at the time like, okay, no, we got to quit. And then right there at the end, I don't know what I hit. I wiped me and Kane right off.
right.
Oops.
So what I did is I basically responded to another to an email that we already, like, to a thread we already had with 2 of the photos, because now we know that the blood from the living room wall, or the stuff dripping from the living room wall, is blood. Meg, Willie just hang around CVS every day. For what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
So you can run into him when he shows up.
No. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do it like that. Only because, the person that I know and him have like a relationship, so I'd rather do it, that way, and her to let him know who I am, and that he can trust me. Obviously, I'm her, I'm her granddaughter's father, for Christ's sake. So you should have no reason not to trust me.
See, Meg, I don't know. I told you I don't know what happened. It just like wiped off, and then it was
Tina.
like I was back for a minute, and I don't know what was going on. So I'm glad somebody ended my stream.
What's up, Tina? I know, Meg. I'm still gonna say something though. Come on, you know me.
Did you want me to pull
already? Huh?
They're the new ones. Do you want the other ones too, or we'll do these?
Yeah, I know we have other ones, but I figure we just look at these real quick because these are really telling.
Okay.
But if anybody who's just joining, if you didn't hear you're gonna have to rewind and yada yada, because I don't want to keep rehashing it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna extend my arm and my hand, and hopefully he understands that I'm not here to hurt him in any way. It's just, if he wants a voice, we can give him a voice. Chappie, what's up, buddy? What's good, guys? Am I work for 6 more hours? Jesus mighty. Thanks for the super chat, bud. 6 more hours. How long's your shift, man? Like 12 hours? Can you zoom in on that at all? Your shift, man? Like 12 hours?
Hold on.
Can you zoom in on that at all?
Figure out what
your shift, man? Bigger. Like 12 hours? Whoa. Can you zoom in off the screen?
Wait, what? Why? Okay.
Wait,
what happened?
Why did you just,
what was that?
You just had this.
What were you 2 doing?
What do you mean?
I knew nothing. You just put the stream on the.
I did? Wait.
On the thing, man.
I put what up?
You just had the stream up on your thing, and it just.
Oh, I was watching.
You gotta go. You gotta go back to. Close that shit down and go back to pictures.
Relax. It was only the wrong thing.
That's not good. I don't care. You know me. I don't care. I think it's funny.
I have to see the chat.
KP, what's going on?
All right, so
KP says someone on Kohberger's Reddit posted a Vampire Diaries episode. You're going to be fine. I'm here to help you. What?
Oh,
that's ultimate. That's ultimate troll status right there.
Hi, Angel.
Wow! Thank you so much, KP.
On Reddit? Was it on Reddit, Willie?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Okay.
I don't have a Reddit, so I don't really know too much about that life or what they call it.
The person that did it. Oh, read Lucy's comment.
Or Discord. Hold on, let me see if I can get to it.
She says, I may or may not know who did
The
that.
person that did that. Oh my god. She probably. I bet she does. No, Heather.
I love it. I haven't seen it yet to see
You
who
can see the picture, right? That's what you see in that
Yeah,
box. Okay.
I got you. So if you click the plus button right there at the bottom, does it just zoom?
Yeah, I can make it bigger. Just tell me
Cool.
when. Just tell me what
And-
they're doing.
Oh, let's just make it bigger so we can see like the full. There we go. Look at all that blood. So let me ask you guys. Do you think that something happened here at the counter where somebody was stabbed and rushed to the sink to try to like get paper towels and water and try to like help their wound? Or do you think that this is where the towels were placed that were used to sop up all the blood from the floor and wherever else and were placed here?
Can I ask you a question about this picture?
Sure.
All right. So this is definitely blood that comes up, right?
Yes, that's blood.
This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen.
Yes.
And there's a sliding glass door, right? So like, is there a door to go out?
Unless they were all dyeing their hair that night. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know what somebody else told me that there was no evidence of a cleanup. So
Well, that's right there. Right there is evidence of a cleanup right in front of us.
that's one thing. So is there a door to get out over by that way? Like if somebody was running towards that door, would that be a
Well,
way
this
to
is
get
the kitchen. Well, this is the kitchen, so there's a slider right behind us.
Okay. So all right. So then when Dylan says she hears either somebody, Kaylee or somebody run up and run back down. Remember when she said that at one point? Why would or run down and run back up?
Mhm.
Why would she run back up towards the danger? Wouldn't she keep running down, screaming somebody's in the house? Why would she go
Well, listen,
back?
we already know she's a liar, right?
Okay.
She lied right to law enforcement's face.
Well, that's
So-
my point. Somebody was probably running towards the slider.
So, and we know it doesn't take a minute to clean up this much blood. So,
That's
come
what I
on.
think. Somebody ran down, whoever it was running down, never ran back up and was trying to run towards the slider, and somebody caught them right there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then put them.
Yeah.
And didn't you guys say she was in a weird position, back up there, or back up in her room or something? And wouldn't Kaylee have to go back upstairs to get into her room from this
I don't
person?
know. I mean, according to Dylan, Kelly was running up and down the steps screaming, "Somebody's here!" So,
You know, I think somebody got caught.
yeah. Real quick,
For help.
yeah, real quick. Jacqueline Bush, thank you so much for the $15 super chat on Cash App. She says, "I have always believed in you." Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
I think somebody got caught. If you believe there's a pew pew, I could see.
I'm just
why-
saying. Look at the drawers, right? Look at the. I mean, oh man, that's just ugh.
It breaks my heart. I
Me
know.
too.
No matter what she said, even if she says it, my whole point, I would say, well, nobody would run back up towards the danger.
Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Did anybody test those two girls' hands for remnants of blood protein?
Well, especially since they had they probably self-tanned for the formal, and then all of a sudden their hands are not tan anymore.
Fuck that. I want to know if they tested, just like they do for gunshot residue or whatever. Did they test their hands for blood protein?
Or gunshot residue.
Yeah, or I mean, either or, just in general, or were they only interviewed?
Yep. If you're looking for casings, why wouldn't you check for gunpowder residue somewhere on somebody's hands?
I'd love to know too. Is where's that paperwork at?
Did you? I have a quick question. Don't yell at me because I watched Pod's video and
Oh my fuck god!
The wall. All right, never mind.
I don't mind. I mean, listen, I don't care what anybody watches. To be honest,
because I actually believe I don't know because you guys know more than me. So when I saw that part of the wall, I thought that he said it was Dylan's room. I assumed he meant it was flowing into her room from that room that we saw it in, right? So at first I was like, no, wait, that would be
welcome, Naya. Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't have to go through 3 floors from up there, the 3rd floor to get. So it would have to go through somebody's room, right, to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
So whose room would it go through? Because if that's the living room, right, where that's whatever.
Well, what are you saying though?
Okay, so I see a picture and he says that the blood was going through the floorboards into Dylan's room. And how did she not see it? Well,
what do you mean into her room?
That's what did you watch it? I guess you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Well, never mind. I forget.
I stick with the facts. I don't.
I forget everything. Everything I just said. Forget it.
No, I don't jump down the gopher holes. That's not even a rabbit hole. Those are gopher holes.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
I just stick with what's in front of me, and what I see right in front of me right now. Right.
Yeah, that was the wrong.
Give me a second, Krista. You talk too fast, honey. You got to slow down just a little bit for me. Okay. You wanted me to tell you when. You wanted me to tell you when. I'm telling you. I love you. So there is a bunch of blood that used to be there right in front of our eyes that was completely wiped up with bleach, with whatever the hell you want to, call it.
I agree.
We know Bryan, from what they're saying, did this in 3 minutes. Okay. So did Bryan clean up too, is my question to you guys.
I would say no. If they really thought he was in and out of there in that time of that car, there's no way he could have cleaned up too. But that's my opinion.
No.
Just no way.
Krista, what do you think?
Somebody cleaned it up.
Who do you think it was?
The person that did it. I don't know if these two helped, but I don't think Bethany did it. I think Bethany was cowering it. I think she was in her room. She never says Dylan comes to her room.
But if Bethany's corroborating the story of Dylan coming down to her room, then who the hell cleaned up?
Well,
Xana?
No, I know. The people that did it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the people that did it, right? The people that did it, if the people that did it cleaned up as well, that means that they were upstairs back and forth, and these two are literally on the first floor listening to people upstairs in the second.
I know. Well, I mean, they're obviously cooperating with those people.
So, I mean, I know people have lost sleep about other stuff about this case. This picture right here is what I lose sleep over.
Me too.
Because that's a lot of blood. In an area where we were told blood didn't exist. Right? This is supposed to be secluded to 2 rooms. Xana's room and Kaylee and Maddie, where Kaylee and Maddie were. But now we have this picture and the next one is in the same file, Krista. If you click next, does the next one come up? There you go. So we have blood in the living room wall now. So I asked chat, what the hell is going on?
Right?
Even the guilters, for Christ's sakes, at this point. What is going on? We have blood in the kitchen. We have blood on the wall, which, in my opinion, would come from a gunshot. No. Like, Mike, could you just show your face for like 2-3 seconds, brother, so I know you're not gonna flash the pee on here?
Yeah, it happened to me the other day, so yeah.
All right, you're good, bud. You can turn your avatar back on. Go ahead. You can turn your avatar on, Mike.
Did you add him? Because I don't even see him on the screen yet.
Yeah.
Don't do that thing again with your leg, bro.
Sorry, I changed the camera on accident.
I know, it just kind of freaked me out when I saw your bare leg. What's up, buddy? What's up, bud?
So look, that's what Pav said was Dylan's room right there.
Thank you. But I know now
that's the living room at the top of the steps, right?
Yeah.
This is right here.
Right. In his video, he said that's Dylan's room running down from Kaylee's room. How did Dylan not see that? It was just
see the blood.
I mean, that would make sense, but you got to remember, Dylan wasn't in a room all night either.
Yeah, you got to remember, Dylan doesn't know. Well, you got to remember, Dylan. Yeah, but you got to remember, Dylan doesn't know what was real or not real.
You're right.
Well, rhetorical questions,
But he stated in the video that this is Dylan's room. How could she not see that blood if she stayed there for 5 minutes after the attack?
Dude, how do you see your friend bleeding out on the ground in a position where she just died in, and you're like, oh, she's passed out drunk?
Right. How many times did you see Xana passed out on the floor sleeping? Probably no.
Exactly. And especially in the way she was, where her body was just sprawled out. Like, come on, man. Nobody.
50 stab wounds.
And that's why I asked, were their hands tested for any remnants of blood proteins? Because even if they cleaned up, they would have had shit all over their hands if the right chemicals were put on their on their hands and tested. But instead,
if the body cam is any clue, I would say hell no.
Yeah.
There ain't no way. They should have done it before. They should have never had them kids all together.
Or anything, I guarantee it.
Well, that's what exactly. You're exactly right, Christy. When they had the kids in the group, and
why did it take so long to call 911?
Hold on a second, Mike. Christy, well, you're right. When they had the kids in the group, and they were taking them one by one and questioning them, and then let them go back to the group, and then kind of like converse about what they were just asked and getting their story straight. Terrible police work.
Well, they let Hunter just go in and give them a tour of the house.
That's so disturbing.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
And then the knife just ends up on a ping pong table miraculously out of nowhere.
Yep.
And then Hunter is channeling Chris Watts.
Didn't he look shady? Oh, with his arms
Hunter
up.
was channeling his Chris Watts. He looked
With
like Chris Watts when he was watching
his arms
TV.
up like how Hunter's are. Like over his head. That's right. All nervous when they were looking at the video of him at his neighbor's
when he was
house.
at his neighbor's, he was like, oh,
yeah. You're so right about that. Wow. Damn.
And then remember, I mean, according to reports and stuff, Hunter's phone was left at that crime scene all night. And supposedly he left it there at the party the night before. But in my opinion, that's bullshit.
Right.
Well, how did they call
and that's
him?
what I was trying to say last night, that they do leave their phones places. That's why Bethany could have probably left her phone or brought it back. You know,
well, let me ask you this, bro. Well, let me ask you this. If you leave your phone anywhere, what's the first thing you're doing?
Going to get it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Especially if you know where it is, right?
You never know. I mean, Apple Watches nowadays, you know, these kids probably.
Come on, bro.
Obviously, they had more than one phone. You know, there's.
You're not gonna risk letting your phone somewhere where like chicks are there that can just go through it and then start sending your girl like messages like, "Oh, we just went through this." You feel me? So I don't believe that shit at all.
So they had his access code.
Mm-hmm.
He said they were taking pictures of his phone. That
troll and chat.
I don't believe that's at all.
Where they at, man? I love trolls. I eat trolls like fucking Cheerios. Where are they?
You know what else is weird? Who takes pictures of your friends sleeping at 1:30 or 2:30 in the morning?
Who's deleting photos at fucking 4 in the morning?
That's weird. Like,
I
took
a
a
picture of her room.
We're at voice control. I just died, Mittens.
Whole case is wild. It just gets weirder.
Oh my god.
Matt, what do you want, man?
They blurred out the rooms before when they showed us, but in this video they blacked out the whole room. We couldn't see nothing.
Why was the first floor? Remember the first floor? They said nothing happened on where that office place or that extra room is. Why were they blacking that out? Did blood run through those walls too?
I didn't blocked out
me off.
Huh?
I was talking to Matt. I said, "Bye, Matt. You pissed me off."
No. Like when they first walk in, they block out.
What's up, ma'am?
They redact so much stuff. I mean, if you look at and I don't know about you guys, but I didn't understand one word Bethany said in her body cam interview.
I really believe she's
just
traumatized.
redacted it so it didn't collide with Dylan's story.
Is that what you think? Because that's what I said as it was happening.
Don't match up.
Well, Bethany
Yeah.
I
Like,
think,
oh
is
shit,
more
you can't let
scared
him
than
hear that.
Dylan.
That's different. That's
What
exculpatory.
were you saying? What were you saying, Krista?
I think that Bethany is more traumatized than Dylan. I think Bethany was an unwilling participant.
I don't think any of them
Yeah.
are traumatized.
But then why would she lie and say that they both went to sleep
Well,
until 11 a.m.?
Because what is she going to do? Tell the truth?
Why not? Does she doesn't give a shit about these people?
No, she never came back into the state. I think she's scared
What
of whoever.
happened about telling the truth? Like, I don't understand what's hard about telling the truth. If you have nothing to do with it, the truth shall set you free.
That's rhetorical. That's
Yo,
a-
Mike, listen. If Krista or myself or somebody's talking, we're gonna try to like do one at a time. I don't know if we're on a delay or something like that, but it
Yeah, I
messes.
can't hear you guys very well. Let me.
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna go out
messes.
and come back.
Yeah, it messes with the audio, brother. But try to come back. Try to pop out and come back, and then I'll lay it back up.
No
He might be
leg.
on the. He might be on a delay.
Yeah.
But,
I do think Bethany was a little scared, like Krista said, because she wasn't speaking with everybody. She walked up a little bit later, and maybe she did lie. Maybe she was threatened, and that's why she don't even want to come back to the state.
Did you notice Dylan stood by herself when she was after she nobody was walking up when she was first being interviewed. At one point, she's kind of just standing there. Nobody is wanting to be around her, really. No. Nobody, not even their Dr. Jack D. I thought what I said earlier that I don't know the story behind him or what everybody thinks about him. But if I thought that you let my girlfriend scream for help or ex-girlfriend, whatever, but we'll just say that my dog is there, and you don't call 911 and you're telling me this, I'm not gonna I'm gonna look at you fucking sideways.
I think that's why he sat in the cop car.
Nope.
I think he was mad. He was upset. He didn't hug her. He did nothing. He listened to her story and
he was confused and like, what is going on?
Yep.
And nobody is hugging her. She had to walk over to them to get into some blanket, I think, at one point.
Yeah, and Bethany was being hugged. They were all standing there hugged and had a blanket around her now. But yeah, I noticed that too.
Hi, kitty cat. Hi, sweeties.
Mine are all outside.
Mine trying to lay on the laptop every time I'm live. I don't know why, but they want to come over and lay on my laptop. I'm like, get away from me.
Mine want to come in with the wires and knock all the wires around so I hit my everything goes out.
Say hi.
I love him.
Willie, would you like to pet my cat?
I love cats. I love dogs. I love everything.
Last time I was up there, we both had our cats up.
So beautiful. You're so cute. Look at you. Baby. I love her. Look, and she just went over and literally lay down again. Look at the beautiness.
Oh.
Hi, kitty. I love her colors. She has spots. But then she has stripes, and then she has a Greek mark on her face. I love it.
My cat has a shaped heart on her back, and she has 2 angel wings. I'll have to show you the picture.
Really?
Yeah, her spots. I'll show you the picture after.
I love animals.
I love my cats. That's why I have 7 of them.
Cat K, what's up? My favorite animal is well, it's kind of tied between a cheetah and an elephant and an octopus.
I want a monkey.
You have a what?
I want a monkey.
I don't. I wanted a monkey until I saw this thing where a monkey ripped off a woman's face.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
She said, "Yeah, no." Octopus aren't animals. Fuck you, Twiz. You pig.
Twiz, we told him we weren't going to tell him that till he got older. Twiz.
Don't you ever disrespect my octopi like that.
I want a dolphin or a horse.
Fight me, motherfucker. Fight me. I wish I was an octopus. I'd fucking camouflage into anywhere and fucking come out. Bang! Smack your ass. That's why I like them, because they can take on the shape of like other fish and stuff. I think that's so cool. Just like parrots.
Aliens. Okay, Twiz, we're aliens.
Just like parrots. The fact that I don't care if they're mimicking, but just the fact that they have a voice is so cool to me. You know?
Yeah.
Octopus?
No, a parrot.
Oh, okay.
Jackass.
I missed that part. Sorry.
You ever hear an octopus talk?
Literally, that's why I was confused.
They're alien, Miss Charlene? Maybe. I mean, listen, if if we didn't know what octopus were and we found one, we would think that shit was an alien, especially a big one. You know. But
give me a horse.
So here's my question to you guys. So this blood here on the wall in literally like the middle of the living room. Do you feel like this is from a slash of a knife or a pew?
Where do we see? Can we see where it starts from? If I go,
I mean, we really can't see much. I mean, we just know that. I mean, this is really the only picture we have. So we know that the blood is running down the wall there. Okay, because that's the same stuff they used over in the other photo. Because at first I thought we thought it was candle wax or Mio juice or whatever.
The cubby hole or something.
That's just maybe that. Okay, not. Huh?
Isn't it in a cubby hole under the TV?
No.
I think.
What do you mean?
Can I show you? I thought I saw somebody was showing me where in the living where it was. It looked like it was under the TV in that cubby hole or something.
Jesse, you can come on up if you want, brother. No, I mean it's blood.
I know it's blood, but I'm saying if it was under the TV, it would be dripping down from somewhere. It would have to be dripping through the floorboards, unless somebody put their head underneath the TV.
Oh no, I think it's just on the wall in the living room. But my question is, was somebody slashed in this area or was somebody shot in this area? Is my question to you guys.
The way that I'm looking at it, unless their head was under the TV, because where it is, then they would have to be laying under there, and I don't know. The way I was looking at it, it looked like it was that under. I have to show you. There's a picture I think on Discord, but I don't.
So you think that this is seepage from the upper level?
Yes, because I don't know if it's where I was shown where it is.
Way back in the beginning, rumors were going around.
Rach, it was Rach.
Thank you for that, Deborah.
Okay.
Rumors back in the beginning that blood leaked down from
hey guys
into
hey guys
Willie.
God, I missed it. I don't know.
It's on the screen. What do you mean you missed it? Oh God, I love autocorrect. Hey guys.
Oh my God.
No, I'm like, what?
What's up, Ledge? Oh man, that's too funny. Oh,
I didn't see it.
Wow.
But as I was saying, back in the beginning, there was rumors that there was red stuff leaking from Maddie's room down into
You can't be too serious here, okay?
Well, can you listen to me about the chat? Rach in the chat is the one who showed me the picture. She's explaining it right now.
Who am I listening to? You or Christy?
Well, listen to me, and then I'm going to put it on
mute. I'm trying here, ladies. Okay. So let me go to whose comment.
Never mind, Rach.
Don't never mind me. Don't do that. Rach. Let me find Rach. Okay. Rach said. Oh, sorry. Rach said I would. Oh, sorry. God damn it. Ray said, I was just showing the TV in relation to the blue. I put the blue arrow pointing to where the blue was. Okay.
Okay. Wasn't it under the TV?
That is not under the TV.
Okay. Never mind. Oh.
That is not under the TV.
The window is right above right here. There's a window right there.
I'm just all right. Then I'm confused where it is then.
If you have there's
me too. I just know it's next to a couch. So all I know is this is a living room area and there's blood on a goddamn wall. So all I want to know is if you guys think this is a seepage or something happened in the living room.
Well, if I could say where it was coming from, like where did it start?
But we don't have that though.
I think
we have to work with what we have.
Well, I think so.
We don't have the full zoomed out photos yet. Yeah, we don't have the full zoomed out photos yet of this area. So what do you think? What does it look like to you?
If somebody was pew-pewed, I think it would be splatter.
Splatter?
Yeah. If somebody was leaning up it was
it's too blue for me. What the hell?
Well, Well, it's definitely blood, right? Is that what this
Well,
is?
yeah, it's in my opinion, I mean, that looks the same as if you just go back one and look at the drawers.
Thank
Like
you.
if you go back one photo, Chris,
Mhm. Yeah, hold on.
go back one. And then look at the drawers. So like you see how it's seeping down the drawers? That's literally the same seepage we see on the next photo. So that's why I'm kind of certain that's blood seeping down the walls there. You know? I just want to know if it's from a gunshot or if it's from
I mean,
a slice.
we don't know because that's all we have.
I
To
know,
me-
but it's just to me, it's interesting.
Okay.
No, it is definitely.
I'm looking in my pictures right now because I
Yeah,
have
look
them all,
Yeah, I would like to know. I
Mhm.
can't remember where it was.
and that is strange. Hold up.
Reach, I get it now. Sorry, it was my fault. I misunderstood the picture.
What's strange? Page 108 on this link. There's the link if anybody needs it. Thank you so much, Lucy. Heather. I don't know what to call you anymore.
108, 108.
I don't know what to call anybody anymore. I give up. We got
No.
Bryan and Dan Smith. There's too many. Hey, Seahawks fan. What's going on? Welcome in. Tamino Black, which turns darker with blood. Okay.
Okay, 108. 108. I'm on 107, 108. Book bag's in the middle of the floor. Every picture I'm looking at right now, there is not a book bag by a wall in the living room
Mm-hmm.
at all.
So what are you saying?
But I don't think that's the living room.
You don't think there's a living room?
I do not.
Here.
I know.
Go to the next photo, Krista.
All right, you got to give me a second. When you say that, I have to flick by.
I know. It's all good. Take your time.
And maybe it's.
It has to be because you see those beers in the background. Oh wait, is that a closet right there?
Yes, I think we're looking.
But that still looks like a couch right there to the right.
I know, but I think Dylan had something in her room or something because I'm looking at the living room right now.
Psycho says it's Dylan's room, but
And no, there's no book bag in the living room by the wall. I'm looking at the pictures now, and there is none there. So that has to be Dylan's room.
Dylan's room?
Yep.
So he was right.
We have to be sure about this.
I'm not saying another word. You guys tell me where to go with this.
Well, I mean, it's just more of like inspecting. So I thought, don't we have other crime scene photos with that same? What is that in the back? Bud Seltzer, whatever that is in the back. Other crime scene photos showing that shows the living room.
Just tell me where.
You're right. The picture I just looked at, Willie, has the green thing in the back of it, but this book bag was out in the floor some. It wasn't up against the wall like this, and this black thing wasn't here.
Well, like 80%, 90% of chat are saying it's the living room. So I don't know.
Pictures that you have, Willie? Did you send me other pictures before that we could figure this out or no?
I mean, I can send you other ones. It's just I'm gonna have to go back and I mean, to me, I just thought that we knew that this was a living room from the couch being right there.
I'm trying to figure out where it is.
I mean, her room's not that big to fit a bed and a couch.
No, that is definitely the living room. That is after looking.
All right, so we know.
Yes.
All right, so we're in agreement. It's a living room.
Yes.
So in the living room,
but things have been moved for sure.
Okay, well, and I understand that's perfectly. I understand that. But as far as the splatter on the fucking wall,
I see streaks, Willie. I don't see splatter. That's why.
Streaks. Okay, just blood in the wall to begin with in the living room. We were told this was confined to two areas. What
I get it.
What do you guys think? Do you think this is from a knife, or do you think this is from a gun?
I'm going to stay. If this is lower on the wall, then if we see where it originated from, if there's a splatter there,
It's not seepage because we saw. I mean, We saw the origination of it, and it's not coming from above.
Listen,
No,
I don't believe
it
that it was confined to 2 rooms at all. I'm with you on that. I just don't know. I'm. You guys know the layout better than me. So when I see certain pictures, it's hard for me to decipher.
So is you texting me a pic? All right. Hold
If
on,
this
bud.
is the wall and this is the window and this is the living room, that means that is the front wall facing out front. So
What does
there
the
would
old
be
window
no
look like?
seepage coming from up above because that would be like the bathroom or no, there wouldn't even be anything above this part. This is the living room part. So it couldn't be seeping from anything. So either somebody was poo-pooed right here or slice right here. I don't know, but something occurred right there.
Does Dylan have the same
All
floor?
right, Krista, I just emailed you what Twiz emailed me that shows kind of a zoomed out version of this room.
It's
Let me know
probably
if
what
you,
I was
let me
looking
know
at.
let me know if you get it. No, there's nothing. Seahawk, how about the Mariners finally getting out of their losing slump yesterday, huh? Finally. And by the way, everybody joining, I talked about the whole, Bryan's dad issue earlier on here in the live, so you're going to have to kind of go back and catch that if you missed it. We're kind of on to the examining the bloody crime scene photos at this point. It's kind of beating a dead horse, just talking about that the whole live. All right, hold on, Krista. My bad. I'm like, wait, I got to do something. All right, so right there. So this shows right there's the same case.
See what I mean?
Case. Yeah, so that is the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So something happened. So something happened in the living room.
So where would the blood be? Right here?
Okay. It'd be right over to your far left.
Yeah, far left. To your far left.
That's my cursor. You say it, right?
Yeah, your far left at a screen is where it would be.
Yeah. But like I said, it was moved because this green thing was over farther. Then there was a pink thing by it. And then there was a piece of couch over there. That's why I said was weird about it was it's different from right here.
Definitely not, Joanne. Go back and listen to what I was saying earlier. His family has not given up on him, especially his dad. Jane, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Unfortunately, I can't see who got them, but whoever got them, welcome, Malakas. Welcome to the nation.
Moonlight Baby, Chief.
I just can't believe how lit it was in that room during that night. Because remember, we were told only the good vibes light was on. Now look at all these Christmas lights and shit. Like there was so many lights on in that house.
And Dylan said the lights were on.
Mm-hmm.
So you see my cursor, right?
Yep.
So we're saying the blood was right here, right?
You got one.
This window or like?
What UFO? Woo! Yeah.
Yeah. Like
so, like to the left, like basically in our blind spot that we can't see, all the way to the left.
That's a window, isn't it? Right here.
Yeah, but if you go all the way to the left, you're gonna hit a wall, and then the couch.
Okay, so
the couch is behind this photo, basically, or like on the couch is where this.
Okay, I'm so lost, but okay. So
how are you lost? Go back to the photo.
I'm at it. We're at it, aren't we? Okay.
No. I mean, go back to the last one where that shows the case in the background, so you can kind of.
All right, so it's right here then, right here.
Okay, so look at the case of beer.
Yes, I see it right here.
All right. So remember that case of beer.
Yes.
All right. So let's go back. Let's go back to the photo with the blood in the wall.
Hold on.
Don't you sigh at me. I'm trying to help you here.
Because I can't. You just show me with my cursor. Or no, never mind. I'll go back. Hold on.
I agree, Christy G. That's what has me off too, because we've seen the body cam of them walking up. We've seen the body cam of Noons looking down over the steps, and we didn't see anything on the walls in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what had me confused too, trying to figure out where the hell this is at.
And somebody in the comments were saying that the cops put the knife on the ping pong table, which
I see.
I find pretty odd. Okay, so you see the case in the back. So that's why I said we were kind of like it was in our far back left corner. You got it now?
Got it. Window, wall. Got it.
You see my luck? All I need you to do is give me some time. That's all.
Got it. Thank you.
I know you're a hardcore Italian and I'm hardcore Greek, but you just give me time.
We get you.
So.
But you see, Krista, do you see what I mean? Where there's the box, but obviously stuff was moved or something because
Bryan,
it's
We
just
don't
not
separate. This was kind of
right. Yeah.
I get it. I'm sorry.
Bryan gifted a membership. I don't know who got it, but thank you so much, Bryan. I appreciate that, bud. Welcome in.
Welcome.
They spray water all over the black stuff. I don't know what that means. But yeah, like luminol, because somebody else was saying, don't you need a light to see like the blood and stuff like that? But luminol and amino black are two different things, I'm assuming. So, you're talking about night and day. But to me, it's just miraculous because when I was covering, obviously you guys were here, when I was covering this blue stuff all over the wall, at first, we were talking about it being candles or, I don't know, a drink thrown against the wall.
That's
but now we know, but now we know it's blood. Like, how did blood get here in the living room?
Now that I figure out where it's at, I feel like pow, to be honest.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hate to say it because I don't know. We don't know, but I mean, I do also feel like in the one audio, I don't think I heard a door shut. I heard a shot. But
I mean, well, that's what I'm waiting for is because I went from whenever that video starts there on the house until 12 o'clock or 11 a.m. next day because I want to hear everything that was going on in this house after the crimes, all the cleanup, all the clinging and clanking, and who knows what else we're going to hear.
Has anybody gotten a hold of the people that are found out who lives at that one?
Wide Murphy stopped barking, right?
Right.
Wide Murphy keep barking after that car pulled out.
I mean, his owner's dead, so like he should be barking.
Yeah, but if you pay attention when he's he does a bark like let me in, something's wrong. But then he goes every once in a while he goes.
Yes.
He takes off like he's barking at somebody's right there. You know what I mean? That bark, like it changes.
Well, I mean, I figure everybody knows what amino black is. It kind of, I mean, it's literally right there on the counter. I mean, the black, it kind of shows you see nothing from the invisible eye. You put amino black on, bang, it turns blue. There's your blood. Which is just wild to me that it's here dripping down the walls of the living room where, I mean, now we see why they tore down the crime scene, right?
Yeah.
Fucking liars. I hate liars. Like one thing I can't stand in this world is lying. And like, that's all they've done this whole investigation.
Seems like it. That guy that looks like Mr. Potato Head puts on his
nose.
nose.
A video on how to use amino black.
Yeah, I don't want the link, but it's above.
Yeah, I know. Annie was going over like some of the stuff about amino black, but
confuses me.
Yeah, if it's something that's not going to get me struck, then I don't mind bringing it up.
Does that say that this is definitely blood then, right?
Do you see that? Do you see that link? There's a link I just brought up. You see it down in the chat?
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
We could stop it and talk during it, and
just as long as you stop it.
All right, hold on. I forgot how to do it.
Poor Murphy is right. Because then after that, they sent Murphy to the pound, and then they broke him out of the pound, and
I don't know why they took him to the pound in the first place when his other owner was standing right there.
Exactly.
You want me to stop sharing this, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Meg says it's just a article. It's not like a video that she shared.
Man, I can't wait to get a letter to Bryan's dad. I cannot wait to write this letter. I'm just happy that he is not like just took everything for face value like I feared. Like his dad is kind of
Yeah.
on board with what we're saying here.
Well,
I
yeah.
got you.
I'm just saying right now, you know, chat's going to be very, very heavily monetized if his dad does come on. Like any hint of disrespect or anything, you're gone forever. Like it's not going to be. There's going to be no toleration that night because it's very, very important to me.
Yeah. I agree. That's an important one.
You know, that's why I haven't even broached that subject yet. But because I'm hearing what I'm hearing from. All right, so let's see. Archived. Is this what the link was?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Do you want me to make it bigger? Just tell me what to do with it, and I'll keep
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a video. What the hell did you bring up here, Meg? Fuck me. I can't really zoom in at all. I can't read shit. So what is this? Procedure for amino black will not detect normal shit.
want me to read it?
Yeah, if you can. I mean, there's a whole word over it. I can't read that.
Amino black will not detect the normal constitute of latent. I can't read, I can't write, I can't speak. Impressions. I'm from Jersey, stop. Therefore, amino black must be used in sequence with other processing techniques. It is essential to develop any traditional latent impressions prior to treatment with amino black. Careful treatment with powders before amino black will not interfere with amino black processing. Stop. I don't know this word, nihydrin. If used, must precede the application of amino black. Do you see what happens when I try to speak slower? I sound like I had a
You're
stroke.
fine. You're fine. Don't be self-conscious.
Some impressions in blood
Fight
on
me.
pore surfaces. What? You
No,
want,
Meg. I'll fucking Meg.
you want me to keep reading?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some impressions in blood on porous surfaces, such as paper or cardboard, may be improved by using physical development or develop or after the application of amino black. Washing the item with a warm detergent solution after the physical developer treatment will reduce the amino black background staining. Use 1 milliliter of something, 7 per liter of distilled water at 50 degrees Celsius. If the item of evidence will withstand this temperature, wash the item until the background stain is reduced to acceptable levels. I don't understand, but do you guys understand?
Nope. Amino black solution may be kept indefinitely in dark, shatterproof container. All right.
Okay.
Well, so could you? Well, all right. Could you do this? Could you go to like maybe just a? Could you just type in maybe on YouTube like application of amino black? And we can watch that. Like I'm not about reading shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No.
I can't understand anything either.
Sorry, Meg. Thank you so much for recommending that. But I need to. I'm a seeing type of person.
Yeah.
I need to see to believe.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I stopped sharing, so you can't. Okay.
So again, everybody who's just coming in, thanks for coming in. Sorry, I can't say hi to everybody. Yvonne, welcome. Deb, TC, John, Dave, what's going on?
Okay, Christy, I'll look at X once I get down from here. I'm going to be getting down here soon anyhow, so.
Oh my God, you're leaving me?
I said soon, not yet. I'll hold up a couple more minutes.
I'm just kidding. If you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, I got like 10 more minutes and then I do.
What's up, Scott?
Scotty doesn't know.
Or should I say, what's up, Scott? Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Show you what I
Hello,
have.
mate. Hello, Governor. What's up, Bryan? You said I'm a little crazier than usual today? No, I'm just, you know, I had a little sippy sip of some stuff, you know.
Twiz told me to sit down. I need a sippy sip of something. I think that's kind of mood I'm in today. Maybe Christy ought to go get some alcohol and go live.
He told you to sit down?
Yeah, Twiz did.
How about you sit up, pussy, and come up here?
Yeah, where are you at?
Yeah, how's that? I'll stick up for Christy.
Get your ass up here.
Talk to somebody who can talk shit back, motherfucker.
Yeah, really. Don't talk to my girl like that.
Let's play into it. Love you, buddy.
I'm her pit bull.
Yeah.
I'm doing the river dance right now. So shut the fuck
What the fuck?
up. All right, what do we got here?
All right, so I don't know which one you want me to pull up, but I pulled it. I found
Next
it.
one.
Videos.
Some where they blood enhancement, amino black. I think the second one down is where they spray,
Okay, you want me to do that one?
and then we'll have to like pause it here and there.
Can you do this or you want? Yeah, do I have to do it?
What can I do?
Pause it. You can't. Okay, so you just tell me when. To pause
I can't do dick.
All right. Well, then you're under my command. I mean,
So
I'm under
yes,
You have the control, Krista.
we'll let it play. It's paused. It's paused.
Showing the
motherfucker. I know. Can you give me a goddamn second?
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you could see that.
Like, shut
Don't come at me like that.
I love you.
Let
I'm gonna
it
have
go.
to. I'm gonna have to speed it up a little bit so you don't get in trouble. That way you don't have to pause it. Okay.
Oh, you're good. Even if we need to fast forward like to when he's actually like applying the shit, it's fine.
You just tell me what to do. I'm just gonna put it on. So
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear him dicking around for 2 minutes. So whenever he's applying the shit, it's fine with me.
Just tell me when to do it.
Go ahead.
You're not gonna be. It's gonna take me. Don't tell me to keep. If you want me to talk, I gotta keep coming back and forth. And just
Whatever you got to do, just fire it up.
Just hit play.
Gotta give me time to do stuff. Hold on. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay, take your time.
We're just
the Hungarian red as an option as a blood enhancer, and
Nice haircut,
there's
bro.
several options that are available. So we're going to demonstrate another option at this point here, which is amido black, and we're going to kind of go through the same steps that we did with the Hungarian red, as far as taking our blood, making a bath with blood, and then wiping that blood onto a shoe brush. Now, likewise with the Hungarian red and the amido black, they both work very effective for picking up fine detail from very minute residue of the blood that's
I'll
on the
check right
surface.
now, Jules.
It reacts with a very faint ratio of the blood. Now,
Welcome to the attention, Janet.
impression evidence, but also on palms and on fingerprint impressions, picks up very good detail. So the blood, again, as we described in the other video, this is sheep's blood that comes from the federal government. It's pathogen-free. No animal was injured during the collection of it, and it's safe to use. Now, what we've done is we've taken some of the blood from the bottle. We've just poured it into the tray here for convenience, because the shoes that we are going to use, these beach sandal wear, they won't fit into the tray to actually accumulate blood on the outsole. So instead, we're going to take this blood deposit on a paper towel and just wipe the outsole surface, the tread area of.
Does everything sound all right? It's not too loud or anything, right?
Yep, sounds good.
Yep.
Of the sandal. I'm just going to take off some of the excess. I don't think we need quite that much on. So from this stage here, I'm going to take this clean piece of vinyl tiling and put it over onto a harder surface here that's more conducive to getting a good impression.
All right.
And
So this is kind of like the lady print in front of what's on the door.
secondary one here next to it. Okay. Yeah. The 3 impressions that are on there. So you can see each of them has a different volume of blood on there. Ideally, when you're using these enhancements, you want to make sure that the blood that is already on the
Imagine,
surface
imagine it
is
being a vein,
predominantly dry.
a
So either
vein.
allowing it to dry just from time,
Pause this real
or
quick.
aiding it by using a mild heat on a hair dryer just to dry the blood.
Pause it.
So we're gonna let this
Yeah,
sit
pause it real quick.
aside
So we
for a few
can.
moments to try and.
I don't want to play it all the way through because that's how you get copyrighted. So, so just imagine this as like a van shoe, right? Because that's the latent print that they found in front of Dylan's door, which means it was cleaned up. So I'm assuming what he's going to do here is wipe off that blood and then apply the amino black. So just imagine that sandal as like a van, right?
Maybe that's why she didn't have no shoes on outside. Uh-huh.
All right, let's rock.
Regulate and maybe dry a little bit before we go to the next stage of enhancement. So I'll just put this back into our. Okay, so we've let it dry for several minutes now. There is still some puddling areas that probably going to see when we spray the amino black. It's going to similarly to the Hungarian red, probably interfere with the development. It's in the more trace areas where it's just slightly visible or latent is where we're going to find a much stronger reaction. Now, as we recall with the Hungarian red, it is a two-step thing. There's the application with the sprayer of the Hungarian red, and then it's rinsed off with distilled water. In our case here, just using squeeze bottle. The amino black is a three-step stage to it. So it has the amino black, then it has a fixative, and then it has the final rinse. So it's three instead of two steps. So we're going to do a similar procedure here just by putting it up on a vertical plane in our dish here. Okay, so as I said, we have the three steps. So we have the step one, which is the amino black itself. Of course, these are all spray applications. The second one here is the fixative. And we have our distilled water as the third application here. So we'll start off first with our step one spray. You can see obviously the difference in color of the amino black versus a vibrant pink color of the Hungarian red.
Look, that looks just like the fucking
Wall.
Yep.
Let that sit for a moment.
Look at that. And even the darker, you see the darker.
Darker tint is showing through the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The rinse or through the excess that's on there, the runoff.
This shit's important.
Spray on our fixative now.
Look at that. There's a darker, There it is.
Uh-huh.
Son of a bitch.
What if they
And the
had
final step is adding the distilled water.
No. Didn't they clean it up? Like, wasn't all right. So the blood was there. Didn't they wipe the blood to clean the blood up with like bleach? Would that make a difference? Probably not, right?
I don't really think it matters what you clean it with. They're still going to find that protein.
Okay, got it.
I think.
Well,
I mean,
I'm sure there's something you can buy, but I'm sure it's hard to get.
is blood the only, or bleach the only thing that would get rid of actual, like, because we didn't see any signs of this, right? Like, they really cleaned it.
What do you mean?
Is bleach the only thing that gets rid of blood? Because did they smell the bleach? No.
yeah, you would smell the bleach.
Sure, I'm sure. Like, but if you hear like the cops talking to each other and stuff, I didn't hear one time them saying like, they smell, chemically smell.
That's what I was wondering.
But they did say like, these kids know what's going on. So
Right.
I just want to know how it changed from all these kids are suspicious to leave all the kids alone. That's all.
Who said that?
Maybe who said that?
Like I think they should have been suspicious. I mean, they.
That's what I'm saying. Why weren't they looked at as suspects? Why weren't their hands tested? Yada 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 to see. But whatever.
That was my question.
Anyway, let's continue. It's actually a good video.
Yeah, actually,
A really good video.
Yeah, I'm actually following along.
Oh yeah.
And the options here are basically personal preference and contrast more than anything else. Both are very effective. Both are accepted methods between the amino black and Hungarian red. As I noted before, you can see where the overdevelopment is from.
What do you mean vomit?
It only intensifies it with the amino black. It's in the fainter areas where it excels.
That was it. Wow.
That was actually interesting.
Yeah.
What do you mean vomit, Tara? What do you mean by that? I don't think there's any vomit. I didn't see any vomit.
Like in case maybe they found, maybe they thought it was blood. I mean, yeah, and it was actually vomit from like a party, maybe. But
I don't know.
probably just a
Vomit.
blood
Vomit has protein. I get that. No, I see what you're saying, but the way that like the wall looks, the way that liquids are running down is literally identical to what we just saw that guy spraying on that board. That's all.
Okay.
And some of it turns a darker blue than the rest.
He probably has a video about that. He might have a video explaining the vomit.
I'm just saying, I'm convinced now that that's blood on the wall in the living room. So all I want to know is, how did blood get on the wall in the living room, and how did blood get on the sink in the kitchen if this was just contained to 2 rooms?
It wasn't. I really believe they were trying to run out the door.
I mean, yeah.
There was samples taken of blood from the small wall, which from the living room to downstairs where they look over. There was up above them steps where you can't even reach to. They said there was splatter up there. There was stalks of it. So you know, an item was flinging around.
That's a lot of blood.
For it to go all the way over them steps and up onto that wall. You know what I mean? Like that whole, like.
That's a lot of blood. And then Bryan doesn't track nothing to his car, Christy.
Nothing. I know.
What the
Yeah.
Like, that's not even possible.
I mean, I guess if he changed, I mean,
but from what Dylan said, he was like, Bryan wasn't in PPE. I could be with it if nobody saw Bryan. Okay, fine, he wore some kind of suit or whatever. But she said she saw Bryan and he was not in PPE. Correct.
Correct.
So that shit's on that narrative.
Yep.
Didn't happen.
So, what do you say, Gigi?
It didn't happen in 7 minutes.
No.
All of that.
No. Well, now again, according to them now, and this is according to them because of what they said. You know, they said that when the audio starts is when the crime started. It's 3 minutes.
Huh.
I'm just saying, we have the camera footage now.
Well,
But if you listen to Bethany, she said, or Dylan, say that the noises started at 4, and then at 2:20, after the loud boom, she said immediately called the roommates. It was like 4:21, 4:22, and 4 immediately after the boom. The car's already gone. So she heard the boom at like 4:20. Well, that car already pulled out of there. 4 o'clock, the car wasn't there yet.
Right.
Yeah. To the point, Dylan not wearing any shoes. I think Chris said that. Yeah, she wasn't wearing any. So she had no shoes on when the cops were questioning her. You were saying?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, why? If you're in your bed, if you're supposedly in your room, why would you have your shoes on anyway? You know, if you're running out the door, like they.
Yeah, but if you're going outside, like, you should have some kind of slippers to throw on or something. But if you don't want to fucking wear anything out that you wore the night before, then that would make sense. It's just, again, man, it's all sketchy as hell because they lied to the cops point blank. They told them that they went to sleep at 10 till 10 a.m., 11 o'clock. That was a blatant lie. You know, now we see all this blood cleanup that is just blatant cleanup. Like, you can't hide that. I'm just,
you can hear everything.
I'm so disgusted, to be honest, with the fact that, like, they're gonna get away with this shit. Because, okay, say they didn't clean up, okay, but they heard, but then after all their friends are dead, they hear people upstairs going back and forth, cleaning up and shit like that, and like they're just downstairs on their Instagram and Twitter and shit.
Nothing happens in Moscow, remember?
What the fuck?
Right.
Like what?
We're up here cleaning. Don't come up for an hour. Okay. Like, oh man, it's just every scenario you try to like paint in your head, just it's so fucked up.
Even giving them grace and trying to think like they were scared for their life. Like,
okay, even giving them a little bit of like, you know, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's still like, yo, y'all lied. And
I mean,
no.
regardless
No.
of the fact the car that pulls in at 4:00 whatever 5:07 whatever and back out at 4:00 did not have time to do this crime and clean it up.
Me too. Don't. Yes. And don't just brought up a good point that I want to know too, because we saw the mop and shit sitting in the bucket.
Yep.
I want to know if that mop was damp.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And why would that door be open? Like, that's kind of like when they first entered.
Exactly.
One of the things I pointed out, that pantry door was half open.
Yeah,
At
that
first,
was weird.
I thought pantry, maybe food was in there, but when they open, you see it and it's not. It's cleaning stuff and mops and that. Why would that door be open?
No, you're exactly right. I thought that was weird as hell too.
Yep.
You're exactly right.
It's
But
just, and we know they used that for cleaning because they had the TikToks where they opened it, grabbed the broom, was acting like each other and put their that's their cleaning closet. So why was that open?
Well, kind of like I said, I just wanted to talk about just a few of the blood pictures other than Brian's dad, but I'm gonna probably try to do a live just based on all the pictures we have so far that we know is blood, and just try to paint some kind of picture of what actually happened in this house, right? Because the story that we supposedly know or heard is not the truth, in my opinion.
Totally.
There's multiple people. There's a gun involved. There's so much more shit.
Yeah.
We don't know anything is blood except the blood. We don't know anything is blood except the blood. That's what I mean, dude. Like I have to, like some of the comments and stuff on some of the crime scene photos, videos I've done are like people like, oh, they could have cut up a lamb or something, that night. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? My God, you're killing me. Oh, they might have had steak that night.
It was vampire blood, Willie. It was vampire blood.
Yeah, right. Like they're fucking cannibals or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tonka, what was your comment about people like Christie's? Why you don't quit this case? What was it? If it weren't for people like Christie, I'd quit this case. What's that supposed to mean?
No, I think it's a good comment.
Wait, hold on. What Tonka is that?
He said if it wasn't for people like Christie, I'd quit this case. And I'm like, is that a good comment?
That's probably a good thing. That sounds like a good thing to me.
Yeah, keeping you interested.
Hey, Olivia, welcome to the nation, Malaka. Nice to have you.
I want to quit this case every day. I tell my.
That's what I'm saying. I was telling Leah's grandparents when they were here. I'm like, listen, at this point, I would love to see something that shows it was Bryan, because I'd rather live in this world knowing that like somebody was rightfully accused and justice was rightfully carried out, instead of knowing that somebody was fucking railroaded and taking a plea and no way did this crime happen the way that they're saying, which is where we're at right now.
Oh,
trust me. Like I'm not I love Bryan. No, like it's not how it is at all. I feel more. I knew his mom more than I knew him. So, you know what I mean? Like, but
parents don't know how to do this. They don't know.
Yeah. But I appreciate. Listen, Christy, I appreciate you coming up. And finally, catching one of my lives, because I know you're so busy. We're like, I haven't seen you, but
you know what it's like.
I'm just kidding, Chrissy. Thank you so much for coming up.
There's my link. Go join my channel too.
There's Chrissy's link if anybody wants to, go sub over to Chrissy. She's awesome. She does good coverage, and thank you so much for coming up.
And anytime you get a chance, jump over, Willie. You're welcome.
Anytime. You know me, I'll be there.
Yeah, thank you, Tonka, for the compliments.
It was a freaking compliment. Krista, thank you so much. Listen, when I give you a hard time and give you shit, you gotta understand, I'm just fucking with you.
I know that.
You should know that. You're Italian, my life. What are you, Sicilian? What are you, Sicilian?
Italian and Irish.
You're okay. So you're half breed. Yeah. You're a half breed. That makes sense.
I'm mostly Italian, yeah.
But I appreciate you helping me out, bringing those up and shit.
No problem.
I'm gonna shut this down a little bit. I'll hit you up tomorrow or something.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, homie.
Bye.
Later. Thanks for reading the PCA.
You're welcome.
Later.
Bye.
Oh, all right, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna write out a letter, and you know, I have a day and a half to write this letter to Brian's dad to kind of just, you know, open the arms up to a platform where he can tell more than 10 people that he thinks his son's innocent. And again, I just hope if that happens, everybody's respectful, please. I'm probably gonna look through the list that I was given, recommending a few people for mods, and probably make a few people mods in the next coming days, just in case. So yeah, I'm doing my best over here to try to get the truth out to you guys. I appreciate y'all coming in. Special thanks. Let me just go through. K9, Jules, thank you so much for the super chats. Caroline, Prestige, thank you so much for the super chat. Witchy, thank you so much. Chabe, thank you so much. KP, thank you so much for super chat. Jane, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Bryan, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Janet, thank you for becoming a member. And Olivia, thank you for becoming a member. You guys are fucking awesome. So yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna write out this letter in the next couple of days. Get it into Brian's dad's hands, and then we'll see where we go from there. But again, at least know that his dad is fighting for his son and not just on board with this bullshit railroad job. So, all right, guys, thank you so much, mods. Appreciate y'all too. I'll see you guys on the YouTube street somewhere. So, love y'all. Have a good night. See ya.